Okay, so mm, slowly, um, we start into introducing what guided visualization in music is about. Yeah, um, the whole idea started in 2006. I was there were two or three things which was happening. I was getting a bit fed up of organizations inviting me. I'm a facilitator. I run a learning and development organization for the last 19 years called Syngrity. And in the last 5, 6 months, I started another interesting initiative called Life Synapses. So anyway, going back to 2006, so I was getting really fed up of organizations calling up and saying, please do a listening skills module, teach people about active listening and so on and so forth. And yes, listening is about an attitude, but I also realized that we live in an environment where uh, where there are a lot of infrasounds. Infrasounds are sounds which are less than 20 hertz. The ears can't hear them, but but you can feel them. Bones are very good conductors of sound as well. So uh, and you know the human ear has got three different sections. You have the outer ear. I will fiddle with my. This is called the pinna. Yeah. So um, yeah, so this is the outer ear. This is where sound comes in, and then it goes into a section called the middle ear. Now, the middle ear is a very interesting space because it has the three tiniest bones in the human body. They're called hammer, anvil, and stirrup. At many levels, these sounds, or these three bones, their job is to filter the sound in terms of language, whether it's their vowel sounds or consonant sounds and so on and so forth. Just they do the filtering. But over a period of time, because of all the infrasounds that we listen to, or that we don't listen to but we experience, these three tiny bones become really sluggish, and and that also affects listening at a deep level. So I was thinking about an idea as like, can we exercise this middle ear? If you want to go to a gym, yeah, you want to build your muscles, but what do you do when you want to build the muscles of the inner ear? So we did a lot of research. I teamed up with two fantastic sound engineers and musicians, gentleman called Lionel Danton and Samrat Bhardwaj. And we spent a lot of time in a studio, and that is when I realized the the effects of sound that can happen on the body. There's also, I'd heard about a medical procedure called lithotripsy, which is using very high frequency sounds to bust kidney stones. So that was also a governing factor. Another factor at that point of time was, and it was, I don't know how to put it in a politically correct way, but I also realized I was with somebody in hospital at that point of time who needed a lot of care, was hooked onto machines, was on their last. And I just realized that a lot of people are, while they are going on their way out, all they're listening to is these beep, 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 and can be distressing. Um, can we aid via sound, like a space of easy passing through? And that was another question. So there were many questions which were coming into my head. Yeah, many questions which were coming into my head. And then we worked a lot with this, and then that is when we started off with creating guided visualization in music. So that is a little brief background. We run this workshop across the world, in Europe. Surprisingly, not so much in India. I don't know why, because there is, yeah, it's sound. It's a new concept. Well, actually, it's a very old concept. We've been working with sound for thousands of years. So we've done this in Europe. We've done this in a couple of other countries. And I really wanted to bring this and now share this with whoever is here on the call. So a quick question, any questions that you might have before we really move on? Yeah, if there is a question, just, go into reactions, or just unmute yourself and ask. Any questions that you might have, and then we can slowly get into the experience. And if you have questions at a later phase, then I can take you, I can attempt to answer the questions. I take that silence as everyone is quite excited to start off. So, okay. Thanks a lot. Dr. Nakra. Thank you very much. Okay, so I think one of the first things I want to start off with, may I request you all to kindly, once again, have your headsets on, be comfortable. If you're sitting on the floor, if you're sitting on the bed, you want to lie down, yeah, please do that. Just adjust yourself, make yourself comfortable. I think that is really, really important, is to be able to make yourself comfortable. Yeah. I will take you through a very simple track just to relax, and then we can slowly move on. Then we can slowly move on into the soundscapes, dreamscapes, binaural beats, and the chakra frequencies. May I request people who are not on mute to kindly mute themselves. That is really important, so there's no background noise. Yeah. So I am going to...
Vikram, I had a question that just came to mind. Yeah,
yes.
Hi. If you could just give me a little bit more introduction of what binaural beats are.
I will take you through the introductions before I take you through the binaural beats.
Okay, and another question I wanted to know, what are we really expecting as an outcome of doing things like these? What should one really strive for when they are going through a process like this?
For a change, nothing. For a change, nothing. Because a lot of the sound does its job.
Okay.
Yeah. So, for example, just to give you a little tidbit about binaural beats, there are sounds in specific frequencies very close to each other that work, and they create like a harmonic, a third sound, and that is the binaural beat. Yeah, when these sounds have been metered in specific frequencies. And like I said, when I take you through each section, I will tell you the brief background, how it came, what did we do, what were the formulas we used, how did we match our findings with what is already there, and so on and so forth.
Okay, great, thanks.
All right. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, may I request you to kindly please totally relax yourself. I am going to start. Just give me a second. I'm just trying to stop my video, share screen. Okay, so this is based on transcendental meditation, the track that I'm going to take you through. So you can adjust the volume on your side, yeah, just to see. And now I'm going to start it. This track is called One Step at a Time. This uses a lot of breathing. This uses a lot of, yeah, so just follow the breathing, just follow the sound, and then we can take it on from there. Yeah.
Please find a comfortable space to lie down on your back and follow this relaxation program. Be aware of the most natural process that your body performs, breathing. Gently breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in once again and breathe out. Relax your chest while you breathe. Breathe in once again and breathe out. Bring your awareness to your feet. Twitch your toes as you breathe in and feel them relax at the out-breath. Gently breathe in and breathe out. Bring your awareness to your calf muscles. Tighten them at the in-breath and relax as you breathe out. Move along the length of your thigh muscles. Feel the tension flow out as you continue to breathe. Move your attention to the hip and allow the tension to flow out. Gently breathe in and breathe out. Move to your chest. Feel your heartbeat as you breathe and allow your chest muscles to relax. Bring your awareness to the neck and allow it to soften. Allow your jaw to drop open as you relax the facial muscles. Relax the tension in your forehead. Gently breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in once again and breathe out. Move down to your shoulders and allow them to drop. Move to your elbow and slowly push the tension to your wrist and fingers. Feel the tension and take a deep breath. Slowly breathe in and allow the tension to flow out of your fingers as you breathe out. Breathe in once again and breathe out. Breathe in one more time and gently breathe out.
Gently breathe in and breathe out. How are you feeling? Just process that information with yourself. Chitra says relaxed. Just stay with the breath. Just stay with the breath. Just keep breathing. Just make sure your chest does not rise while you breathe. It's only your stomach and your diaphragm. Gently breathe in and breathe out. I'm going to play another track for all of you. It's a very minimalistic track. It is called Zen Koto. But gently breathe in and breathe out. Very nice. your focus on your breath. Feel the space. Allow yourself to receive the sound. So what did this track do to you? Just process the information before you answer. Because please understand that sound is a very strong medium. So for some, the sound can be distressing. For some, it could be relaxing. For some, it could be, it could create havoc. And for some, it could be extremely healing. So just keep processing. And at any given point of time, if you would like to share, it'll be lovely to be able to create the space of sharing. You can either type it out in the chat. You had a mixed reaction, Shreya. Fair enough. So go into the detail of what exactly did you have a mixed reaction about? Was it the high frequencies, which kind of the ding, you know, which was, yes. So you felt so please understand that high frequencies are brain chargers. And low frequencies, bass sound. They are brain depressants. Yeah, so every time you listen to, that's why you will not be You will not be able to relax if you are sitting next to a child who is shrieking away. I actually have a friend who is a fantastic opera singer. And he used to pinch his niece because then she used to start crying, and then he could practice his opera over her crying. Bit of a nasty one, but that did happen. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to take you through another track. Now this has been metered in a specific frequency. Yeah. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to visualize the emotion of nothingness. I know nothingness is not an emotion, but the whole feeling of nothingness, which means you might want to just take a deep breath. Yeah, clear your thoughts for a moment. I will take you through this track. It's a small section of a track, and then we go into binaural. Okay, let's take so one of the things about sound is that if you listen to it for a prolonged period, it can start having sometimes a detrimental effect. So, yeah. So, but how did you like this track? What did you experience? That'll be really interesting for each one of you to share. Maybe you can switch on your camera for a minute and share with all of us. How are you feeling? Are your eyes droopy? Look at the color of your skin. Has the color dropped? Yeah. So there are a lot of shifts that sound can create in your body, in the color of your skin, and so on and so forth. So just process that information for yourself. Anyone would like to share? I would really encourage that, to verbalize what you're experiencing. Abhijay says, longer duration of sound made me feel a bit of pressure on the ear. Yes, that happens. It's also because you're listening to sound via headsets. That can also happen. Shreya says you didn't want it to stop. I will share some more. Okay, so this is really the time where we introduce binaural beats. Sudha says in the last track, she felt a certain tingling in her stomach. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. Yeah. Dr. Nakra says, I felt restless most of the time, opposite of what I experienced in the last track. That's all right. Just stay with it. Abhijay, also mind processes to correlate with sounds. I've heard earlier, like felt like some movie scene. Yes. Yeah. When I made one of my colleagues listen to it, he said this could be the soundtrack of Interstellar. So that also happens. Okay, so I want to introduce the whole concept of binaural beats and how we got into it. Binaural beats are sounds in specific frequencies very close to each other. So for example, in one of the tracks, there are sounds in, let's say in your left ear, you will hear a sound at 900 hertz. And in your right ear, you will hear a sound at 920 hertz. Now, the difference between 900 and 920 is not so much. So the ear can't make out the difference as much, but the brain can. Yeah. So what the brain does is to understand this very slight difference in the between the 900 and the 920. What the brain does is it takes an average, it takes a mean. So what will be the average of 900 and 920? It will be 910. So you will start hearing a third sound at 910 hertz. Now you will hear it somewhere in your head. It travels. I'm not going to. Let's listen to the first track, and then we can engage in a conversation. But you will feel the sound. Now the crazy part about this is that nothing that I am doing from my system is creating that third sound. It is not even a real sound. It is only a perception of a sound, but it is very, very real. And this happens when the left and right hemispheres of the brain get connected, super connected with each other through the corpus callosum. Yeah, the corpus callosum is a tiny membrane which connects both the hemispheres of the brain. Yeah, and so when both the hemispheres light up, and we've actually done EEGs to see alpha activity in the brain go up while you're listening to binaural beats. So yeah, so let's, I will take you through 2 binaural beats today. It also gets really heavy, and we'll do many more sessions where yeah, where you can experience these. These can be used for a specific purpose. And then we will move into the chakra frequencies. Shreya, you have a question? Are there any do's and don'ts during the session? So pregnant women should not attend the session. People with people on medication for cardiac or psychiatric illness should not do the session. Is it okay to drink water? Yes, absolutely. Please keep drinking a lot of water. Keep relaxing. Keep smiling. Yeah, and yeah, our only requirements are that if you're pregnant, we do not know the effect of the sound on pregnant women. So that is why, if you're pregnant, please do not listen to this particular track and the next one. If you suffer from an established psychiatric ailment or a cardiac ailment, I would recommend that you do not. Yeah. So let's listen to this. Just give me a second. Please make sure your headsets are on. Keep breathing, gently breathe in. How are you feeling, everyone? Allow yourself to process this information. Were you able to hear separate that? Usman, you might want to re-log in. So any thoughts? Any immediate thoughts? What did you feel?
ठीक मैं देख लेता हूँ ठीक और एक हमारा भी है हमारा तो बिल्कुल
Chitra says you feel much better than the last track. So what do you feel? That is what I'm curious. Did you experience something? Did you experience this third sound? You might experience it. You might not experience it. Yeah. So if you didn't, it's all right. Yeah. Abhijay says good experience. Feel good. Shreya says this was amazing. Okay, so let's listen to one more binaural beat. Shreya says, I visualized myself running through a tunnel with green neon lights. Then I started dancing. Then at the end, the sound felt like releasing 1,000 birds. The flutter felt the flutter of the wings. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so let's listen to one more track. This is a track, it's been, so you have the binaural beat which is happening, and I requested a friend of mine, she's a fantastic Hindustani classical singer called Maua Sen. I requested her to sing Bhairavi, Rag Bhairavi on top of the binaural beats. So, yeah, so please tune in.
Ah
How are you feeling? Chitra says, beautiful. Mawa is a very, very talented musician. But the magic, besides Mawa's voice, is happening in the little, were you able to hear the frequencies? They're very low. That's where the science is, that's where the magic is. Yeah. And that's where the shifts are really happening. Yeah. Okay. So now this brings us to, it's an extremely, well, you know, in India, you know, and in the Vedic system and in the energy systems which are practiced over here, whether it is yoga, yeah, whether it is other esoteric systems which are practiced over here, there's been a huge emphasis which has been given to the human energy field. The human energy field in the Indian context is called the chakra systems, and in the human body we have 7 chakras. Yeah, and these chakras are they're energy centers. They're like so a lot of chakras have actually been denoted by like these conical shaped energy centers. Now each of these chakras, except the first and the 7th, have an input as well as an output at the back. So whether it is your Ajna chakra, so you'll feel the chakras here as well as over here, whether it is your throat, whether it is your heart, whether it is your solar plexus, whether it is everything except your root and your crown, yeah, is has an input as well as an output. It's only the root and the crown which only have one space. Yeah, so it's very interesting how how I bumped into it, and I'm talking about the year 2006. We were doing a lot of research on sound. It's been a very, very fascinating topic it has been a very fascinating topic for me because of the fact that I've been a musician, and you know, the sound has been an integral part. I used to be, you know, there was a pandit who told me many years back. I was a child, and I was reciting the Gayatri mantra, like, you know, without thinking, Om Bhurvava Svata Savitavarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayam. And then he looked at me and he says, you know, it has no effect. It's really the frequency of the sound, which at the frequency at which you denote, at which you recite the Gayatri mantra. The same goes with, so I'm one of the 5 firewalkers that modern India might have produced. And I learned firewalking from a peer in Jama Masjid in 1998, outside Jama Masjid. And he insisted, while he taught me, to use the sound of hu that comes from really deep within. And, you know, and it took me months to be able to get the sound from, you know, from my dantian, from my energy centers, being able to say hu rather than saying hu, you know. So there was a lot of journey which was required, yeah, to be able to get the right sound. Even the Buddhist chant, Namo Myo Horenge Kyo, you know, I hear a lot of people say Namo Myo Horenge Kyo, Namo Myo Horenge Kyo, and it's really the frequency of that, you know, how guttural can you go in your recitation of the chant. So this brings us really to the space where we talk about the chakra system. The first chakra is I will take you through 3 chakras. Yeah, I will take you through number 1, which is your root chakra. The root chakra resonates at 194.18 hertz. How did I come to this number? So while we were researching on sound, we also came across the research of a Danish astrophysicist who used a particular formula to come out with the frequency of the rotation of the Earth. And the formula that he used brought and said the frequency of the rotation of the Earth is at 194.18 hertz. It's quite interesting that the root chakra root chakra, and the position of the root chakra is the actual point of the root chakra is really between your anus and your genitals. So that is the main center, and at the base of your feet are the two separate points where the energy can be released. But essentially, the space for the root chakra is between your anus and your genitals. Your survival issues, such as money, food, roti, kapra, makan, that is governed by the root chakra. It really represents our foundation, and it's really about feeling grounded and secure. So may I request you all, while I take you through the first track of the root chakra, I'd like you to sit uncross, feet well planted on the ground. I want you to think of the color red. Not aggressive red, but just red. Keep your feet well planted on the ground. Be conscious about your root chakra. I've told you the position of the root chakra. It is between your anus as well as your genitals, in a space which is called the perineum. And so bring your focus to the perineum, and I will take you through the sound of the root. This was your root chakra. Yeah. You notice the very earthy, grounded, deep sounds. The next track I'm going to take you through is for the heart chakra, which is the fourth chakra. It really represents our ability to love the quality of our life, our past loves, our future ones. The location of the heart chakra is around the heart, just next to the heart. The emotional issues that affect our heart chakra is love, joy, inner peace. I'd like you to think of the color green while you are going through this track. And I want you to visualize the love. It could be for a person, it could be an emotion. So just allow yourself to open up to love. You might need a little bit of help, as in a visual of your child, of your lover, of your husband, of your wife, of your pet. Yeah, so whatever it takes to feel that emotion of love. Yeah, so let's do that. This is the heart chakra. And now, so this was the heart chakra at 136.10 hertz. We use the same formula as the Danish astrophysicist to come down to all these frequencies because they are directly proportional to the movement of the earth. And yeah, and we found it slightly more reliable to get there. So now I take you through the seventh chakra, which is your crown chakra, which is at the top of the head. Yeah, this is around the, when you were babies, or you would have noticed that with babies, they have this little soft part over here, and that is where the crown is. The crown represents your ability to be fully connected spiritually, in spirit. It's it it talks a lot about inner as well as outer beauty. It talks about your connection with your depth, your heights, your sense of spirituality. It's about pure bliss. So what I'd like you to do is please visualize the color violet. Yeah, violet while you listen to the next track. And keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. Can't stress on that enough. Okay. I think any more sound for today might end up getting a slightly disruptive. But please, I would really appreciate it if you could switch on your cameras or uh, switch on your mic. I'd like you to really share what you experienced in these 3 tracks. So we did the root chakra, which is at 194.18 hertz. Plus, there was, if you notice the frequencies underneath, there were binaural frequencies. Yeah, so there's actually a double effect happening. We did the heart chakra, which is at 136.10 hertz. And we did the 7th and the highest chakra, which is at 172.06 hertz. So please share your thoughts. That'll be great. Yeah, I'm all ears. You'll have to put yourself off mute, Shreya.
Hi, Vikram. So this was really, really, really amazing, and thank you so much for making us a part of it. You know, it's actually triggering me to want more. So brilliant. It was really good. I mean, I have attended a few in the past, but this definitely is one of the best I have attended. Although it's online, although it's digital. So earlier I had some inhibitions. I was like, what if the audio is not working? How would it really impact? Because when everybody's in a room together, the energies are different, the vibration is different. So I was thinking, would there really be a connection? But I think all of those doubts are gone. This was
That
so
was
amazing.
actually also my doubt. This is the first time, and I've conducted this, like I said, across the world. But this is the first time that I'm trying this online, and I'm actually so happy to hear this.
Yeah.
I really, really appreciate this feedback.
Great effort. I think you should totally applaud yourself for it.
Thank you. Somebody else, it'll be really nice to be able to have people share their feedback. Sudha?
Yeah. You know, I've been using binaural beats, you know, the recorded ones on YouTube whenever I have a migraine headache, or, you know, whenever I have sleepless nights and things. There are some available on YouTube where they advise you to put on your headphones and lie down and relax. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work at all, you know. Sometimes you get up with a even worse kind of a headache. Sometimes it works well, you know, because it every time you get a new recording and things like that. Today, I think the last 3 where you did the chakra healing or chakra orientation. In the first one, when you did the Mooladhara, the
Chakra.
yeah, root chakra, I could feel the warmth under my feet, you know. And when I did the heart chakra, the green color, actually, you know, I was trying to visualize a green color for a little while. It was not coming, and then I saw a big green splash of green color, you know. And in the last one, when we did the head chakra, the crown chakra, I think I went in for a minute into a slumber because I could feel my head shake, and I got back, in the sense, you know, I was like as if I took a little nap in between.
Yeah.
You know? So
it'll be nice for all of you
it was
to
amazing.
go check your eyes out after the session.
Yeah, it does feel like I came out of a sleep or something.
Yeah, and that is one of the effects.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing, Sudha. Anyone else, please? I would really appreciate your thoughts. So please, yeah, switch on your mic and switch on your camera. I will also request you. This is a new initiative. Like I said, Life Synapses for us is to address an integrated space for mental health and wellness. It's a heart project. We still have not gone commercial with it, but the intent is very correct, and the intent is all heart. So I would really appreciate it if you can shoot a little feedback video of yourself talking about the session, and you can send it to us. My colleague has put it in the chat. Yeah, the email ID, that I would really appreciate that. Or for the ones who have my number, you can just WhatsApp it to me. That would be fantastic. But anyone else would like to share? Abhijay, Chitra, Neha, Niharika, Shivani. Abhijay, yes, I can see your mic go off.
Yeah, so I did experience of the three. The last one I don't remember much for some reason. I haven't done much of these sessions earlier. So for the first one, I did feel kind of more stable as a feeling. And in the second one, I felt more elated, energetic, like at ease with the kind of feelings I had.
Okay.
And just I don't remember for the third one. It was just like time went by. Yeah.
Awesome.
Just trying to feel and yeah.
That is awesome. That is so lovely. Thank you so much for sharing. Niharika shares in her chat, first experience, and I'm still processing. Definitely did not want it to end. Felt like it was leading me somewhere and makes me want to do this again and reach where I was guided. Thank you so much for sharing that. Shreya says she seconds that. Anyone else would like to share? Really appreciate it. That will be fantastic. Yeah. Shivani? The feeling was amazing. Did not attend any such kind of sessions earlier. Yeah, thank you very much. This technology is not so available in India in terms of live setup. Most of this is on the net. It's on YouTube and so on and so forth. We were the first people in India to bring this out in 2006, and we failed miserably. Nobody was interested in India. Yeah, but and we took this to Europe. We took it to Switzerland. We did multiple workshops over there at a holistic training center. We've done this in other parts of Europe. We've done it in Sri Lanka, but India was like, "Ye kya hai?" So yeah, so that can also happen. But really,
But that's hard to really understand why, and because India as a country has always been, considered itself to be so much more spiritual. I'm sorry, I don't know what my lamp is doing. Yeah, so it's always considered to be. Don't. There were no ghosts. Okay, so India as a country has always acknowledged itself to be on the spiritual hub of things. Like we've always been so clued in with our mythology, with understanding of the psychosis, and yet when it actually comes down to doing something, we find it strange to understand the different dynamics, right?
it is, and I think it's a dichotomy that we are kind of stuck in at one level, which is, we know it's a part of us, but right now we are in a space where we want logical left brain information. So I think I see it's like what I call science is rediscovery of nature. Yeah, and I think as we start rediscovering a lot of these aspects, a lot of these esoteric, historical aspects of our culture, we will realize that it is a bottomless pit. Yeah. Dr. Neha Nakra says, first two chakras, she could feel the sensation. However, in the crown chakra, she could feel some pain in her shoulder around her neck. Overall, the experience was different, and I would like to do more. So great. Thank you so much. Really, thank you so much for taking this 1 hour, 15 minutes out of your schedule to be able to experience this. I would really, really appreciate if you could take out time to record a 1 minute long feedback session and to talk about this experience for guided visualization in music. Yeah, we will do a lot of sessions. In case there is anything specific that you would like to work with, you can book a session with me separately. But we will do this out as a part of our outreach program, as a part of Life Synapses, as well as Syngrity. We will be able to we will do this again. We wanted to get a deep sense of the fact that will it be appreciated, will it be loved so well from Neha's and Chitra's and Shreya's and Niharika and Abhijay's feedback and Sudha's feedback. Yes, I think it's going to happen again very, very soon. So really, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your effort. May I request you all to avoid drinking alcohol today, at least for the next 2 to 3 hours. Yeah. So just figure out, allow this sound, because the sound actually does a lot of work even once it is over. So my request would be to please just avoid any form of intoxicant, at least for the next couple of hours. And yeah, and enjoy your sleep. It'll be really nice. Actually, do not record that feedback video today. Record it tomorrow for us, because I would like you to tell us, how did you sleep? Yeah, and that should be a very, very interesting space. So great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. And see you all of you very soon.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. Bye.